All right, here I am, folks. Just another day out there. And again, much of America, and it seems like much of the Western world, do not have a shared reality. And there's a lot of what I would consider hyperbolic people out there. And I was going in um, about woke leftism, and it promotes white guilt and black racial vendetta and the racial abuse of whites in general. Um, I also wanted to mention that uh, there's a form of wokeness that I believe is rooted in both Maoism and Marxism, and it's also rooted in a form of egotism for the people of color, and they feel sanctimonious and very self-righteous kind of ego victimhood, and this is really, I think, a unique time in history where the establishment supports this kind of hyperbolic and just some of the stuff they say are so stupid and so cornball. And the cornball people have a large establishment. Have a large establishment. They have the establishment elites behind them, and they get away with saying things, and they don't like being challenged. Our legacy media doesn't like being challenged, and a lot of the people that are brainwashed with regards to these leftists don't like being challenged. And I just noticed that today they didn't impeach Mayorkas, I believe he was the Homeland Secretary, the Homeland Secretary, and I guess there were a few Republicans in Congress that were what they believed to be going on principle. I don't know what principle they're talking about, allowing foreigners to come into the country and basically thwart the will of the people. And it's kind of like you're giving these people a pass. And I mentioned this again, but my father worked in the film industry, before his passing, and it was really shortly after the Hollywood blacklist where they started to make movies, and they still make films about the Hollywood blacklist, always taking the point of view of those that were blacklisted, and not the point of view of those who are standing up to communism. The two prominent people were Eliza Kazan and Bud Schulberg, who found these people to be these communists to be absolute control freaks, like the wokesters are today, and the way they frame the narrative. The thing of it is, the American communists were funded by the Soviet Union, and these people American communists gave away our nuclear secrets. So they were an absolute and total threat. and they always downplay it, the kind of threat they were. And when they said, have you ever been a member of the Communist Party, they pleaded the fifth and said that they didn't have to. In my opinion, the Communist Party was a terrorist organization that was trying to overthrow our government. You want to know a threat to democracy, they say January 6th. But these communists that had given away, by the way, they were with the people who gave away our nuclear secrets. And then they call all the people at January 6th are people that support Donald Trump to be brainwashed. But these American communists who sided with Joseph Stalin, who killed more people than Hitler, they're coming on as heroes. And Chairman Meow says that's just a Red Scare, no different than the Salem witch trials. A bunch of hogwash. I mean, like I said, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you, Chairman Meow. I disagree with you wholeheartedly. The Red Scare was real. Again, American communists had given away its nuclear secrets, and that is not a good thing. And they support degeneracy, and right now, today, they support the degenerate criminals of, the Black Lives Matter. George Floyd was a degenerate criminal, and again, may not, for the most part, I don't think that it was the knee on the neck that cost him. It was the fact that the drugs that he was taking. I think there should be a review of that, and a review of Black Lives Matter. When one of the heads of Black Lives Matter says that we are trained Marxists, it's something we need to look into, and also study American communism and bring up certain points. The Red Scare was real. There was a reason to be afraid and cautious of communists in our hemisphere. They were very radical, and they were not necessarily the nice people. At first, they supported free speech, and now they've stopped. And if you look at groups like Antifa, when they were first protesting, they had Soviet flags. I guess today, a lot of them are in favor of the Ukraine because perhaps they don't like the new Soviet Union. But these are all Marxist, and groups like the ADL, people at least in the ADL, give that group praise. Really kind of dangerous, and we do nothing. Conservatives do nothing about it. A lot of times they don't necessarily fight, and who knows what their strategy is. But when you're in a fight, if you think I'm just going to go by the Marcus of Queensberry rules, well, the guy has got a baseball bat or a gun, you're being rather stupid and foolish. And again, we have people who are fighting this cultural war, who are basically losing it for us, like the three congressmen who voted against impeachment. And again, I don't think they go far enough. I don't think they go far enough on these leftists. And these people are vicious. Again, one of them in Portland blew a Trump supporter away, and much of Portland cheered. And much of the left is in solidarity with him. These people are nutbags, and they seek to hurt you and harm you if you go against their ideology. And that's what you're up against. And it should be made very clear on when we should define our enemies. We should know our enemies and define them. Anyway, this has been Brian with Transparency and Merit. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I have all of my Twitter handles. Transparency and Merit is one of my Twitters. Walk Against the Woke, which is at Walk Woke. And Mr. Midnight Movie. Thank you for listening.